note, copyright is one of the very few intellectual properties which are, even though protected in a particular geography, give a protection for the entire set of geographies which are a part of the Berne Convention. Now, what I mean by that is copyrights, if filed in India and protected in India, by virtue of India being a member of the Berne Convention, the copyright eventually gets protected in all the 134 countries which are a part of the Berne Convention. So apart from that, other intellectual properties like trademarks or designs or patents for that matter, they are all territorial rights. So you have to go explicitly and go ahead with the countries in which you want to protect your work. But as far as copyrights, it's only one protection that you need, and you are protected for all the countries. What is intellectual property? Now, and what is copyright in specific? We've already discussed about intellectual property earlier this month in another session that I've already given. Copyright is a form of intellectual property which is given to any creator for an expression that is creative in any form. It could be either a literary work, it could be a book, it could be a movie, it could be a script, it could be any form of an expression. It could be a painting or a sculpture, any form of an expression which is creative, which is original. I mean, originality is the key here in terms of deciding which all works are copyrightable and which are not. It is a right which is given for a stipulated period of 60 years from the death of the author. So, for example, if I write down a book today, the life of the right, which is the copyright that I have, is 60 years after my death. What are the rights that I have? I have the exclusive rights to use my own work and stop anybody else from distributing, publishing, adapting, creating any kind of derivative work over and above my own copyright. Any kind of reproduction, any kind of communication over my copyrighted work will be completely something that I would have a right over, and anybody else who wishes to work on my copyright would have to take a prior explicit permission in the form of an agreement from my own side. What can be copyrighted? It could be any work, as I said, which is creative in nature. It could be a literary, dramatic. Hello?
Your voice is breaking in between. We're getting feedback from attendees also.
Okay, so is it better now? Should I speak a little slowly maybe?
Yeah, and also please check your mic settings, etc.
I did actually check it out as well. Is it better? If you could just help me out.
Yeah, it's better now. Please go ahead.
Perfect. So we were discussing about what all can be protected through a copyright. Now, copyright, as I said, subsists in for the complete life of the creator plus 60 years after his death, after which the complete work for which the copyright is given would become public domain and anybody can use it for any form whatsoever. Indian copyright dates back to 1957 when it came into existence. Prior to that, it was the British Copyright Act which was being followed in India from 1911 onwards till 1957. There were a lot of amendments which were made to the Copyright Act, one of which is also being very actively discussed, which is another forthcoming copyright amendment which is going to come on the lyricists and the creativity on the media side of the copyright work, in terms of what rights are given to the creators, the lyricists, to the musicians, and to the producers of movies. Why should we protect our copyright? Copyright, as a matter of fact, is a right which is given as soon as an expression has been done in any form which qualifies for being original and qualifies in one or more categories like literary work or creative work or dramatic work. But copyright, once you write down a book, or once we write down a lyric, or once we draw a painting, we do not actually have to go explicitly to the Copyright Office and get it protected. It is extremely important to understand that sooner we express the copyright in the form of an expression on a tangible medium,
Your voice is not coming now.